So I'm just continuing my walk after my tone of emotions message. I think that might be what I call it, but we'll see. I'll name it something. But last night I was working on a video. All yesterday I was trying to work on a video that explained why relationships don't work. And I realized that, just how heavy the PC culture, the politically correct culture is in our world. And I kept finding myself editing myself. I'm just like, okay, I know I'm right, but people are too sensitive to understand that and take it in. You know what I'm saying? If I say something about men, some men are going to get their egos pissed off and think about, oh, you think you know everything. If I say something about women, think about, you don't know how hard we have it. And both sides can really shut up. The world is full of a bunch of victims these days, and it's really annoying. It's really annoying. But one thing that I wanted to get off about that was the fact that no one seems to be playing their roles anymore. Men nor women, or I guess these relationships are failing because men nor women are playing their roles. And if you see, this is the problem with society these days. You say something about women these days, you're sexist, you're misogynist, you're not allowed to say anything. Then, if you're a woman that says something about women, oh, you've been tricked, you've been duped, you've been, you bought into the male lie, if you will. And then dudes, if you tell them something bad about themselves, they're like, oh, but you don't do it. You don't do that. You can't do that. But I get more girls than you. I'm like, it's like this ego thing. And the funny thing is, men are the ones that are said to have an ego, but women have one too. It's just expressed differently. And that just goes to show that men and women are two different creatures. We think differently and we love differently. We act differently. We carry ourselves differently. But the political culture, the political correctness culture, the PC culture, makes men not allowed to be men, and it makes women want everything that men have because they think they can be men better than men can be men. It's weird. Here's a quick example. I've been listening to a lot of Patrice O'Neal stuff. Now, if anyone knows him or if anyone goes and looks him up, he is a misogynist. Or was. He's deceased now. But he was a misogynist. But just because someone has a more extreme view does not mean that I can't take something away from them. You know what I mean? And one thing I got from him was a story he told, right? He was saying, how'd it go? He was calling men bears and women salmon dipped in honey or something like that, for an example. And he was talking about this is in the office, this is in corporate America. In his bit, he was talking about how men and women shouldn't work together, and the PC culture is affecting men in a negative way. So pretty much what he was saying was the fact that when men and women, the bear and the fish, are working in the same office, the fish is going to walk by the bear, smelling like a fish. And the bear is innately attracted to this thing because that's the prey, that's the target of his attention, right? But he's no longer allowed to sniff the fish. I know it's a kind of gross example, but that's the example he went with. Sniff the fish, taste the fish, look at the fish, calculate how he was going to acquire that target. We're no longer allowed to look at a woman that's showing off some skin. Because we as men apparently aren't wired for that. But then a woman wants to feel sexy. Okay, you have all the right to do that. But why are you acting surprised when you feel sexy to yourself, and then we as men that find you sexy wearing a nightgown, and now you're showing some skin and we look at you, then we're all dirty misogynistic pigs. So men aren't allowed to be men. And this is where this simp culture or this nice guy culture is coming from. Now, obviously, there's two types of nice guys. The nice guys that lie to you to get to where they want to be. And then the nice guys are they think they're going to be nice into your heart. He used other words, but I'm trying to be, nice. Ironic, huh? But, I've been on this journey of like discovering masculinity and, feeling this masculine energy in me now, like through the semen retention, through just pure spirituality. And it started to make me question everything. It's like, wow, like men and women have both fallen off so far. Because like, think about it. Men are no longer allowed to be men. And now, of course, you can do what you want. I'm just talking about like overall by societal standards. Men are no longer allowed to be men. And women are trying their best to do everything a man does. And it's impossible. A man cannot be a woman and a woman cannot be a man. I don't care what surgeries are going on in the world. A man cannot know what it feels like to give birth. A woman cannot know what it feels like to get kicked in your nuts. You can't. Doesn't happen. Doesn't work like that. There are things that we will never understand about one another. But women in this feminist movement to get equal pay have taken that from that boost in corporate America and try to bring it to the relationships. And quick clarification, I do believe everyone should get paid if they are performing the same job. That shouldn't be a discussion. But that boost they have, that equality that they gain in the office, they're trying to bring to the relationships where things are supposed to be innately one way or the other. Men are supposed to be men, women are supposed to be women. I see it as a spear. I see relationships as a spear. Call me traditional, call me old school, but I see that men are supposed to run the relationship. The relationship, not the job, not the office, a relationship. And I see women are supposed to be, the caregivers, the providers, the comforters, but they're the support, right? So if you look at this as a spear, men are the head of the spear, the part that does like the real damage, that does the real damage, because it has the point of the spear. And the woman is supposed to be the staff, like the staff or the pole, whatever you want to call it, to literally support the head achieve a goal. The thing is, men lack ambition these days, and they're scared to offend people. So like your ambitions are kind of like muted, if you will. You're dull. You're a dull edge now. And women no longer find it to be the highest woman achievement, if you will, to be a mother, to be a good wife. Because I can't speak for women, but if you ask your husband whatever he wants, like it's like, what can I do to make you happy? If you can just say, forget about my feelings and let's just forget about like the only little sexual things. If that's all that makes a man happy, that's not a man. I'm telling you, a man's supposed to have goals, drive, ambition. If the only thing that you can do as a woman is like do some sexual act for him to make him happy, that's just sad. But it's just the man is supposed to lead and the woman is supposed to comfort and nurture until he achieves that goal in personal development. Men want to feel like men, especially to their wives, to their women. Like the sense of loyalty has kind of disappeared amongst us men. But people like me and maybe people that listen to this will follow along. And women have strayed away from, I am walking in a puddle. Women have strayed away from their innate ability to be mothers, to be comforters, to be loving in the relationship. If you want to be cutthroat and go hard in the workforce, go for it. Go do your thing. But in the relationship, you're supposed to help your man succeed in his personal achievements, his personal goals, and make him feel like a man. One thing that I see it as now is we have either spears with dull spearheads to spear the tops, or there's no more support anymore. Because, think about this, right? Civil union, actually, yeah, let's just go there. Civil union, right? Marriage, whatever. I don't care if you're in a homosexual relationship or heterosexual, doesn't matter. Civil union, you have come together as one to achieve all of your goals. You came together as one to achieve many goals, right? But nowadays we have this individualistic society now that it says that it's two people that come together to work at a common goal. That's where we at now, instead of becoming one cohesive unit. But the thing is, you can't be a cohesive unit if you're not playing your role. The greatest football teams are the ones that work the best as a unit, right? Let's just take it for football, for example. If the quarterback doesn't play his role, he's not going to throw the ball, he's not going to dodge tackles, he's not going to do anything. He's going to be useless, and your team is going to lose because his role is to be the leader. If the offensive line doesn't protect him and he gets hit every time, he won't even have enough time to operate. So the man is supposed to be the leader of the relationship, and the woman is supposed to make his life as easy as possible. But women don't like that anymore. Women don't like the term submit. Women don't like only being able to be mothers. It's like that was God's gift to women, to be able to birth children. And that's been taken for granted. That is strange, is it not? You are born with a vagina to birth children, and that's no longer valued to you. And men are failing because they no longer have drive, And I do believe that it's because of this over-sexualized society, right? The society has become so sexualized. Everything is sexual. Everything is sold with a model next to it. There's a song by Lupe Fiasco. It's called Next to It. And pretty much it's all about how no one buys things until there's the model next to it. You know what I'm saying? And in the video, he shows something stupid, like a glass of milk or something by itself. No one wants it. But they put a fine model next to it, and it's boom, oh my God, and they're bidding and bidding. Go watch that video. And everything is so sexualized, and that's why I teach this semen retention stuff, because it will make you a man. Because what does it do? It provides you with self-discipline as a man. It provides you with discipline. It makes you spend your time elsewhere besides grabbing your junk and jerking it off. You start to fill that time up with other things, and that newfound energy that you're not expelling out into the world becomes very useful and begins to be put towards other things. The semen retention is the reset button for men. And once you become an alpha man, you realize how much more attraction that you have amongst the opposite gender. Women have now been so duped by pop culture, was that I don't need no man, blah 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 blah. But then all they do, they say, sorry grandma, but the phrase they say is fuck these niggas. They always say that. It's oh, fuck these niggas lame, blah blah blah. But what do they go out and do on their free time? They go out and fuck these niggas. It blows my mind. So there's still the innate need for a woman to have a man, and vice versa. Kevin Gates, one of my biggest inspirations for my self-transformation, he said it perfectly, that a man cannot call himself stable without a woman, but he can't be stable because he doesn't have that support system. The head of the spear can still do some damage. It's still sharp by itself, but without the spear, without the support, it's a little unstable. You might cut your hand if you're just using the head of the spear, right? But then I'm not saying a woman can't do her thing either, because the pole, you can still bash a wild boar until you get and knock it out, and you can bring it home, but it takes significantly more effort. You know what I'm saying? So pretty much people aren't playing their roles for a lot of different reasons. I touched on many things here, and I know this kind of got a little ranty, a little left, right, up, down, left, right, BA, start. That's an invincibility code, by the way. Light joke. People probably didn't get that one. But, I really think that we just need to get back to nature. We need to get back to understanding who we are at our core. Forget society, forget this PC culture, the sensitive culture that we live in, and let's learn to listen to one another, because we might be able to provide input to the other side. I don't care if this is religion or gender. I don't care if this is politics or how to raise your community. You know, even if you completely disagree, you can always get something from somebody. You know what I'm saying? And I believe that men and women need to start talking to each other more and stop trying to be right and start trying to learn something. You know what I'm saying? But I know, once again, I was all over the place. Maybe not. But this is a lot of things I've been thinking about lately, especially being on this like new reinvent yourself as a man journey I'm on. So I wonder what people think about stuff like that. And I wonder if people will ever be ready to talk again. Until then, like, I'm just going to be creating myself to be the best man I can be. And a woman that matches my energy is going to pop up eventually. That's how I see it. So y'all can keep believing what you want to. Don't be surprised when your girlfriend, like girlfriend that's amongst a bunch of girls, gets her a new man that you wish you had and keeps him. And fellas, don't be mad when I'm walking around with this beautiful queen, because we both made an understanding and we both know our role in the relationship, and we will play our role to the greatest extent that we can. I practice what I preach. And as long as other people start doing that, I can't say nothing. But hope this made sense. Hope someone was able to take something away from this, and let me know what you think. Till next time.